A very good afternoon and welcome to business. Now, the country's total debt has hit 110 billion Ghana cedis as of July this year. Economist Professor Godfred Bokpin says this is worrying.
The rate at which our public debt is growing vis-a-vis the rate at which the economy is growing in real terms really do not match, for which reason we are exposed, because once the economy doesn't expand substantially in order to generate the much needed cash flow to service the debt and retire the principal, then certainly that is a cause for concern. 110 billion as a figure necessarily may not be an issue, but you have to look at it relative to other fundamentals of the economy, and that is where the issue is. Probably you want to look at it in terms of debt sustainability analysis. For instance, when it comes to debt service to revenue ratio, Ghana's performance is above the policy dependency threshold, for which reason is a cause for concern. The bullet feature associated with the various euro bonds and then the domestic debt that are also maturing also presents some cause for concern for all of us. There was some wisdom in doing that. Then we could free up capital for the private sector in the domestic markets. But it's not an end in itself. If it is not managed carefully, that itself could pose serious challenges for the economy, especially when your foreign earnings do not align well with your foreign debts. Then you are exposed. But if you're able to generate a lot of foreign earnings, then when the bigger portion of your public debt is denominated in foreign currency, you're able to contain it. That is why earlier when I talked about the debt sustainability indicators, one of the key measures is the present value of debt to export ratio. So if you do well in terms of your exports, you are going to generate a lot of foreign earnings. Then in that case, when it comes to servicing your foreign debt and retiring the principal, it's not so much of an issue. But if you don't do that, then you are in trouble.
Now, as the level of competition in the banking industry becomes high, the president of the Chartered Institute of Bankers Ghana, Clifford Middleton, has called for the emphasis to be placed on customer relations.
The customer knows that the amount that is given to the bank is duly protected and he has law backing it. It's always very good for him. And the central bank is also making it very easy for customers to have transparency. Recently, they published what we call the APR, and all the bank's rates were there for you so that you can make informed decisions. There are other areas that we can look at. In fact, we were even recently thinking about the need to have an ombudsman, to regulate some of these activities of bankers and pricing and all that. Then there was also the need for capital requirements which are being pushed up so that banks can engage in big ticket transactions. We don't have a number of what we call professionals. So we have people working in banks. And therefore, there are a lot of lapses, there are a lot of issues. But since we started in earnest, pushing forth the standards and ensuring that bankers are placed in places where they are duly qualified, it has really scaled up the level of professionalism.
There's more business ahead at 1 p.m. on the market, please. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. Good afternoon.